Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats on a Thursday night are taking on the Barr Reeve Vikings. The Wildcats 4-11 on the season against Barr Reeve, who stand at 11-4. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And Jason, last week, 1-1, knocked off Du Bois and game against New Albany. So, kind of give me your assessment of what you thought, how the Wildcats played last weekend.
Well, I think, obviously up at Du Bois, we didn't play a very good first half. We did right the ship and turn around there in the second half and played a lot better. Was able to come out of a hostile environment with a nice road win.
Yep.
Then we came home on Saturday night and played New Albany. And in my opinion, New Albany was probably, if not the best team we've played all year, right up there at the top 2 or 3.
Right.
So that was a tough game, but we talked about it. Kerry and I talked about it. We went into the fourth quarter down 49-45, I believe it was.
Right.
So, that's right where you want to be in that. And then the fourth quarter, we just laid an egg. I mean, we basically didn't show up. I think they outscored us like 20-7 in the fourth quarter or something. Tonight, again, it's a weekday game, but you still got to come out here ready to play. You said Barr Reeve's 11-4. It's not the typical Barr Reeve team, but they're still a good team.
Absolutely.
They got 11-4 record. They've lost to Washington, Orleans, Indianapolis Metropolitan, and Vincennes. A lot of their wins are against teams that they're probably expected to win. But when you play a Barr Reeve team, you're going to get a bunch of hardworking kids that come out here and play the game the right way, do the things they need to do to keep themselves in the game at all times.
Yeah, it looks like it's more of a guard-oriented Barr Reeve team than what we typically see. And now they do have a 6'5" starter there, and Jacob Paul is going to jump the tip against Mainers, and the Wildcats control the tip there. But, so we'll kind of see how we match up in this ball game here.
Yeah, I think, Mainers and Giesler are going to be key for us tonight.
There's a great start right there for the Wildcats as Logan Day pops a three-pointer.
And in probably the last 2 or 3 games, Logan's come out at the start in the first quarter and he's been on fire. And then it kind of tails off through the course of the game. So like to see that continue tonight throughout the course.
All right, so Barr Reeve in black on the floor as a spin move. Shot up, does not go. The Wildcats come now. Actually goes off the leg of Giesler there. So that was Landon Miller who took that shot there. He's one of the starters. Number 24, Seth Wagler, is their leading scorer, averaging over 13 points a ball game and 7 rebounds. Corbin Boyd, number 14. And we mentioned Jacob Paul, number 50.
Yeah, I think Wagler's kind of their go-to guy. He leads them in quite a few categories. So he's obviously the guy we're going to have to pay attention to tonight.
All right, so Barr Reeve into their offense against the Wildcat man-to-man. Logan Day's number 5, Max Butel 13, Foy is 23, Braden Giesler 35. And there's a three-pointer hit just like that, so they tie the basketball game. So Barr Reeve trying to figure out the defense. It looks like it was a man-to-man, but number 14 was sagging off, but there's a three-pointer hit there. So the Wildcats from beyond the arc so far, 2 for 2. Paul gives it up. There's a three-point shot on the way, so both teams going at it from three-point range, Jason.
Yeah, it's a reminiscent of a couple games that we've had where we've come out shooting the ball well, and there's another three.
We'll see if this game of horse continues.
I don't remember who the game was, but it might have been Harrison, I think, that we had that back and forth game like that again. So we got to step up the defense a little bit.
There's a three ball. It doesn't go there, so Wagler misses that one. But Mainer's going to pop a three, and he's short there. So 9-6 is our score. Both teams have hit nothing but three-point shots so far in this ball game. Stuck in the lane there, is going to have to give it up. And that shot is short there by Corbin Boyd. Butel quickly races down the floor, but short on him. Mainers comes down with the offensive board, gives it over to Geese for an easy bucket.
That was a good job of transition. You know, we didn't give up on the initial shot. Mainers did a good job of getting down and getting the rebound and made a nice pass to Giesler.
Cats with a 5-point lead, 11-6. 3 minutes into the ball game here. First quarter action. Now Barr Reeve actually leads their conference, the Blue Chip Conference, with a 5-0 record. They'll call that a jump stop, but he basically left his feet a little bit too much there, but no call. Almost halfway through the quarter here, 11-6, Jasper with the lead. Good defense. Now there's a drive to the basket. High off the glass, does not go, so Landon Miller is not able to hit that shot as Day's going to drive baseline, gets cut off. Giesler now. 4:15 on the clock here. Long three-point shot there is not going to go, so both teams still looking for that perimeter shot. And that's an easy bucket the other way for Loniger.
Yeah, we can't allow that to happen. I mean, that, you know, we're just lazy getting back on defense right there.
All right, so Logan Day gets it over to Butel there. And come off the screen was Foy. Now Giesler tries to direct. Now he'll drive to the lane, gives up. Giesler, spin move. Left-hand shot doesn't go. Mainers tries to keep it alive, but Vikings have it, and they'll go the other way. Loniger gives it up. Wagler will stop and pop, and he hits the shot.
We've got to improve getting back on defense. I mean, we're allowing them to dictate what they want to do. That's a foul over the top. That's where I'd like to see Maynard stay, is in there and play that inside-outside game with him. And, you know, you got some shooters out there in Day and Butel and you know, we got to do a better job of that, I think, of getting it inside, going outside.
Right. All right, so the Wildcats have checked in Levin. He's got the basketball. Also now in is Ernie. He's got it on the wing there. Now they get it into...
See there, now, there. That was good.
All right.
See, that's what we need to do to end up with open looks. I mean, actually there we probably passed up 2 open outside shots, but that was wise doing that because we ended up getting the ball into the low post. So that's what we need to continue to do.
Ernie gets it over to Giesler. Turnaround jumper does not go. So a 1-point lead for the Wildcats, 11-10 with 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. Loniger shoots that one. Check out, that's Boyd. And the Cats come down with the board.
Mainers did a nice job there of getting the block from behind.
3-point shot does not go for Day, so quickly the other way comes Wagler. He gives it up. That shot is off the mark there for Boyd. So Ernie quickly pulls up his dribble. Now feed over into the corner. Now back over to Ernie on the wing. Mainer's up top. He needs to get down on the blocks, but Giesler makes a move down low and muscles this way for 2. So a couple buckets for Giesler here in the quarter. 13-10 is our score. Jasper with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Giesler and Mainers on the inside can be a handful against these guys because outside of Powell, at 6'5", they don't have a lot of size.
Wagler gets to the lane. I think that's usually where he wants to operate, but he can't get that shot to go. 3-point lead for the Wildcats with 1:25 to go here in the first quarter. They automatically get, whenever they get it into Mainers, as you'll notice there, Boyd comes over to help out, so they pretty well set up a double team every time he gets it down there in the block. right, so Kuntz is going to check in. For the Vikings is number 44, Braxton Nady.
Kuntz and Foy both came back, or Foy came back in.
Jack gives it up over there to Foy. Kuntz battling inside against Paul right now. They're trying to get him down into the post to him, but not there. Foy tries to make a move, has to give it up. Good feed from Geese over to Ernie, and then right over to Kuntz. So three-way passing right there for an easy bucket.
That was a nice job. You know, anytime you can get that interior passing like that, get the ball to an open man, and make the shot even that much easier. And that was a good job there.
So the Cats lead is back up to 5, 15-10 with 25 seconds to go. Landon Miller against Foy right now. 16 seconds. Miller now calls out his play. Loniger with the shot. He's going to be long on that one, but the rebound comes down to Wagler. Wagler gets a good look at it and gets the bounce. So Wagler pops that shot, makes it a 15-12 game here at the end of one here on 18 WJTS.
Jubilar Toyota in Jasper is proud to be the title sponsor for the Jammin' in Jasper basketball tournament this month. Teams from all over the Midwest will come to compete. This month, get a jammin' deal on your next vehicle at Jubilar's with tax time savings. We have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock for every budget and flexible financing options from top lenders. As always, no hidden fees. Jubilar Toyota in Jasper, where customers and their friends for jammin' deals since 1929.
All right, so the Wildcats with a 15-12 lead as we start the second quarter. So it's pretty fast pace there, Jason.
Yeah, I think Barr Reeve got called for 3 fouls, and Jasper didn't have any in the first quarter, so there wasn't a lot of stoppage in play.
Set play sets up Wagler with a three-point shot, but it doesn't go. Mainer's up top. He's going to try to make a move. Gives it up over to Day. They automatically drop that double team every time they feed it into the post. Three-point shot doesn't go there. Mainers, they're going to say actually Paul knocked that out.
Mainers has been active on the board down there, but a lot of, like there, I thought he was over the back, but so far we haven't gotten called for it. So you continue to do it till you do get called.
Geisler feeds out to Butel. He's going to drive, get to a nice spot, but can't get the shot to go.
We get in there too close and we can't hit them. We shoot them ones outside a lot better. But I'd rather see them little short shots.
Wildcats hit 3 3-pointers in that first quarter. Neither team has scored so far, a minute into the second. And that shot was just in and out there for Miller. And the Wildcats turn it over. So 15-12. Second quarter not starting quite as hot as what the first quarter did.
No.
Saw a 3-point shootout there for about the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, and you know, to me, it just seems like we come out of the gate shooting the ball exceptionally well. You know, a lot of games, and to me that's a surprise because a lot of times, I remember back when I played, which was a long time ago, it just seemed like it took you a little bit to get into the flow of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple minutes or so. But I mean, we come out. Well, both teams did tonight. But you know, you come out shooting, and it's like, wow. But then it kind of catches back up, and it, you know, law of averages. I mean, it catches up to you.
Well, obviously we're kind of seeing it here in the second quarter because that was the first point scored, and we're a minute and a half into it. Wagler hits both free throws, so Makes it a 1-point game, 15-14. Wagner on Gieser. He feeds it right there into Foy, but Foy kind of got himself a little bit too deep behind the basket there and didn't have a real good angle for that shot.
Yeah, he probably took one too many dribbles. If he'd come to a stop dribble sooner, he'd have been better off, I think.
All right, so a 1-point basketball game here. Jasper still looking for their first points of the second quarter. 1-point lead, 15-14. Miller drives, gives it up. Nice knock away there by Logan Day. So Wildcats with their starters on the floor. Barr Reeve has Braxton Nady in the ball game.
He's a freshman. I'd be putting all kinds of pressure on him.
Barr Reeve showing some serious patience on this.
Yeah,
possession.
and notoriously that's the way Barr Reeve has played. They play patient, they play discipline. They run a lot of set plays, and like I said, they're just very they're very disciplined.
Well, Miller faced some opposition when he drove to the lane there, so the Wildcats disrupt the shot. Now the Wildcats need to get something going on the offensive end. Detail backs up. Gieser now. Foy got his feet set, but cannot get that shot to go. Still 1-point game, 15-14.
I'd like to see us put more pressure on the ball when your guys got the ball, get up there and get after him, because when you don't do that, it leaves passing lanes, not just shooting, but it allows that guy to, like right there, to be able to see that. If you've got good defense up on him and your hands are up, you don't see the opportunity to make passes as well.
So they've run that backdoor play a number of times so far in the ball game. And a lot of times whenever you are able to get that, the defense has to basically catch up to them to make a play, which the Wildcats did there. But, you'd rather be in front of them and take it away, both with the vision of the passer, but also the, cutting off that cut to the basket.
Yeah, and that's what I say. Sometimes it's not just the back cut, but it's the defense on the guy that has the ball so that he can't see the back cut.
Yeah. All right, so the Wildcats doing a nice job. And then there, Wagner attacks and cannot get that shot to go, but he comes up with a rebound. Just basically took it right away from Dave. And now he's going to go to the line to shoot a couple more. He hit 2 earlier.
Yeah, Logan did a good job of getting the rebound, but he's got to be strong with the ball when he gets it. He just kind of brought the ball down, and Wagner was the more aggressor and just took it right away from him.
All right, so that's the first personal foul on Logan. And Wagner hits the free throw as Ernie checks in. And Wagner perfect from the line. So he's got all 4 points of the quarter from the free throw line. And now Barr Reeve with a 1-point lead, 16-15. Boys left alone.
They're going to get Ernie for a block. Ernie tried to set a screen on that guy that was trying to get out there to guard Foy, and he, as he did it, he was moving his feet, and the official was right there and saw it.
All right, so the Wildcats almost halfway through the quarter, or actually more than halfway. We're at 3:28, and they have yet to score. Trailing by 1. But 15-12 coming into the quarter. Miller gets his spot, but what a block there by Mainers. So he protected the lane on that play. Now he gets it the other way at good position, but they're going to call Paul for a reach.
Yeah. It's going to be 2 on him, so I'd say they'll probably take him out so he don't pick up a third here. So now we definitely have a big size advantage inside. So we definitely need to utilize that with Mainers and Giesler in there.
All right, so the Wildcats bring in Levin. Trailing by 1. Jasper still looking for their first score. Dave gets to the lane, loses his footing, but no call. Mainers double team down low. Tough spot and gives it up. Now Dave finds the open shot and he drains it. So he's got 3 3-pointers tonight, 9 points. And Jasper gets that lead back 18-16. .224 on the clock. Wagler. Fans wanting to travel on that play. There's a reach on the floor. Then Miller gets it knocked away. Mainers, I think, hit it out of bounds, so they will hang on to the basketball with 2:03 on the clock, trailing by 2. Thing is, Wagler's really active, but he's just not really been able to find his shot. He's hit a couple buckets, but they have not been easy to come by.
Well, one good thing is he's having to work really hard to get his shot. Giesler's been guarding him, and Gies usually does a pretty good job.
Great steal there by Day, and that's an easy bucket the other way. So Day with 11 points in this basketball game, and Jasper now with a 4-point lead. So we've got 1:30 to go here. Backdoor play. Get it to the freshman there, and Braxton Nady can't get that to go. But he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
I don't know. I mean, that's at least the 3rd time they've run that play on that same side of the floor. That was Day's guy that time, and I mean, you can't lose. You have to, when you're playing defense, you have to see your man, number 1, and number 2, you got to see the ball.
Oh yeah.
And we get caught staring at the ball and have no idea where our man goes, and that's what happened right there.
All right, so Barr Reeve has not hit a field goal in this second quarter. All the points have come from the line. There's some 2 misses. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds, but Barr Reeve's going to hang on to it.
Jasper had 3 guys there for that rebound, and nobody grabbed it. And then it ended up going off of Ernie's knee, I think, out of bounds.
Yeah. All right, so they'll throw to Miller here in the backcourt. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the quarter. Barr Reeve trailing by 4 right now. Spin move, gives it back up to Wagler up top. Now check that, that's actually number 34, Miller Thompson. Now Wagler. Miller gives it up. Wagler can't get that shot off. Giesler gets back on top of him. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Backdoor not there, but then get it over to Wagler as he comes out to the wing. 25 seconds to go. All right, so the Vikings are going to hold for 1 here, trailing by 4 right before halftime.
We need to just play good, solid defense here. We can't foul. We've got 4 team fouls, so if we foul them, they're going to the free throw line.
Miller against Jack. He's going to have to switch there, so Wagler took advantage of the opportunity and comes up with the bucket. You can see there they kind of were forced to switch, so Giesler lost his man. And Wagler just attacked the basket for that easy layup there to finish the quarter. So 20-18, Jason.
Yeah, quick game.
That's fine.
You know, when there's not a lot of scoring. I don't know, you know, both teams got out to a hot start there in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know, you take away that first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, and there hasn't been hardly any scoring. You know, both Barr Reeve scored 6 points that quarter, and Jasper scored 5.
Yeah.
So, you know, that quarter it was really down.
Yeah, actually just 3 field goals total in the quarter as well.
Yeah, so, you know, I wouldn't say this is great basketball, but, you know, it's high school basketball, and, you know, is it a combination of teams not playing well? Is it a combination of the defense? I don't know. I don't think the defense on either side is overly aggressive. I just don't think either team's playing very well right now.
Well, and the thing is, with Barr Reeve, it's amazing how they were just basically 2 different basketball teams. Very aggressive with their offensive display there in that first quarter, but then the second quarter just basically wanted to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They came out, and it was like, okay, they're going to not a prototype Barr Reeve team. It's going to be a team that's going to want to get up and down the floor a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this might play into our hands.
Sure.
But then, like you said, in the second quarter, they probably made, on an average, they probably made 5 or 6, 7 passes every possession they had.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so far I've got Jasper for 4 turnovers and Barr Reeve for 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both teams are taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
They're not hitting shots, but, you know.
All right, well, we'll take it to halftime. 20-18, Jasper with the 2-point lead over the Vikings here on 18 WJTS.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a good time gold Saturday morning. Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
All right, we're at halftime here at Jasper High School. The Wildcats against the Vikings. And it is a 20-18 score. Jasper with the 2-point lead. Take a look at the scoring. Real easy for Barr Reeve, Jason. Just 2 players have scored. 13 points for Seth Wagler and 5 points for Kirsten Loniger. And you look at Jasper, 4 players have scored, led by Logan Day. He had 3 3-pointers and a bucket for 11. 4 points for Braden Gieser. Mainers held to just 3. That was a 3-pointer early on. And Kai Kuntz off the bench with the bucket. So, yeah, it's just one of those cases where can Jasper dictate the pace? Because Barr Reeve pretty well did that second quarter. I mean, basically played their game.
There's no doubt. You know, obviously here, hopefully to start this quarter, you know, we get the ball and kind of pick up the tempo a little bit.
All right, so the Cats get into it.
I was going to say I'm gonna guess that we're going to try to get the ball inside the Mainers a little more often.
Oh, I think he had a scoring opportunity there because they didn't quite double team him. Gieser gives it over to Day. Day sets his feet but misses the shot, and Barr Reeve comes down with it. So just 11 total points. Jasper had 6 and Barr Reeve 5 in that second quarter. So went from a 15-12 game to very little scoring. But right there, Loniger hits an early 3 just like he did to start the ball game. 1-point lead for Barr Reeve.
Oh.
Yeah, Dade really didn't keep his head up there and just kind of threw it right into the Vikings' hands.
Yeah, he got off balance and got going too fast.
There's a feed down the post to Miller. He's been held scoreless.
Yeah, he's our second leading scorer, 11 points a game.
Yep. That shot does not go for Wagler, way short. Jasper down by 1 right now. Mainers, easy look, but way short on the shot.
I think he turned and he surprised himself as to how wide open he was.
Right. Or he could have taken a dribble and got an easy layup there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's Boyd, gives it up. Now Loniger, Boyd gets it back over on the wing. So again, just 2 players have scored for Barr Reeve all night.
I mean, they don't use Powell at 6'5". They don't use him offensively hardly at all.
Feed this time into Miller, left-handed layup. He's going to be fouled on the shot. So he had a nice cut to the basket there and a good feed.
Barr Reeve does a good job of running their offense. You know, as a coach, you want to see teams think you run an offense to get a shot without quickly. Okay,
Right.
You know, good teams. If you watch Barr Reeve, they'll reverse the ball 2 or 3 times, running the same set. They just keep running the same play, but they'll reverse the ball. And as a defensive guy, you get tired of following your guy around, and then you end up with that like that right there. You know, an easy layup, and that's why, you know, when you say Barr Reeve is disciplined, and that's what we're talking about is they have that ability to just kind of lull you to sleep, I guess.
Yeah, what it basically is, in my eyes, is a patient offense that leads to impatience on the defense. And that's where you get the fouls and you know, maybe get beat back door.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, so Mainers keeps that ball alive, but Paul's able to haul down the rebound.
See, I mean, like in that possession there for Jasper, and I'm not saying we do it all the time, but it was like 2 or 3 passes and we shot, you know. Well, let's make 6 or 7 passes. There was 1 pass for them. Let's just I'll just kind of keep it to myself, but I'll keep track of them.
Sure. All right, so Miller finally got on the scoring column tonight. Boyd picks it up right there at the top of the key, and actually going to say Day got a piece
third
of him. Yeah, you're right.
See, that was their 6th pass, you know, and they still hadn't even shot the ball yet.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of what my point is, you know, and I'm not saying that Barr Reeve does everything right, but that's what, for one, that's what makes them tough to guard, because as a defensive guy, you get tired of following your guy around that much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially when you're man-to-man and trying to work through screens and things like that. You know, they actually try to switch there, but again, that leaves Wagler open. Now,
see, he was wide open and didn't take that shot.
Right.
He could have.
3-point lead for the Vikings. They have the basketball in their hands. Backdoor play gets stolen right there by Jack.
And that would have worked. That was just a bad pass.
Jack and actually gets that shot blocked by Paul.
And that guy had somebody, whoever it was on the wing, beat again on that backdoor cut, but the pass just was bad.
Wagler, little step back dribble shot there.
I think Coach Gable's going to get a timeout.
All right, so he does get granted the timeout, and we'll take a break because Jasper is yet to score here in the 3rd quarter, and they're trailing now by 6, 26-20 here on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at Du Bois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Big or small, we service all. Du Bois County Tire.
Well, a halftime deficit is now a 6-point lead for the Vikings after that 8-0 run to start this quarter, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were talking off the air. You know, we're 4 minutes into this half or this quarter and haven't scored again, just like the 2nd quarter. We've got to do a better job of getting something out of our offense.
All right, so the Cats get the call here. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Paul. Kind of forced his position there against Mainers.
See, we didn't take advantage of this in the first half when Paul had to go out. They bring in Thompson, 6'1", you know, to guard Mainers. We got to take advantage of that.
All right, so the Cats bring Sager in now off the bench. Thomas Sager, senior. Inbound play. So again, he didn't even look at Mainers one time there.
Yeah.
Butel left alone for three. Again, a wide open shot, but again, that's not his expertise.
No, I mean, why not catch that ball, shot fake and drive to the basket?
Right.
Because there was nobody in front of you.
But see, that's where you got to understand Mainers against Miller Thompson.
Yeah.
Big time
Big advantage.
difference there, as far as quickness and size. Boyd gets to the spot. Sager, nice defense there. All right, so the Vikings here with 3 minutes to go in the quarter and a 6-point lead. They can just pretty well control what they want to do, but Loniger can't get that shot to go. I think it was a little bit quicker than probably what they wanted. Mainers from three, short. So again, he's just not been able to find his game tonight. Just 3 points.
Yep. I just sound like a broken record, but you'd like to see him in the paint.
Boyd pulls up, so I think they're being a little quick with the trigger too.
They are a little bit, yeah. Probably a little more than what Coach Thompson would like to see.
Thomas Sager from three, does not go. So I think shot selection, a little bit of an issue for the Wildcats here. That's the reason why they haven't scored yet.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't somebody want to take the ball to the basket? Hey, I might get fouled and get to go shoot free throws.
Thompson drives, but a good steal by Gieser. One-on-one against Leininger, and Gieser actually pushed off, and he gets the call. May have got away with one there. So he used that right forearm to kind of give him a little bit of leverage to get that easy shot up and in.
Yeah, he did.
We'll take it.
Oh, yeah. This stage in the game, definitely.
So the Wildcats finally on the board here with 1:55 to go. So went even deeper in this quarter than they did last time. I think they're about 3.5 minutes in to go in the quarter when they scored their first bucket in the second quarter. And Gieser doesn't get it to drop.
And the good part about it is you're only down 4 points.
Yeah, that's the thing. Very much a ball game. Wagler, three-point shot doesn't go. So I think
that was quick
teams,
too there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like three passes for them, which for them that's pretty quick.
Yeah, both teams kind of need to work on their shot selection overall. Kuntz is in the ball game. Ernie's also in for the Wildcats. There's a drive there by Foy, so he gets a really good spot on that drive and puts it up and in. So we just need to attack the basket a little bit more there, Jay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
Just a 2-point game now, despite both teams having some offensive woes. Wagler, who dropped to his knee.
Must be a wet spot there because Giesler did too.
He pointed to it.
It's like
45 seconds. Inside of 30 at 26 seconds now. Barr Reeve holding for one. They have a 2-point lead. Outscored the Wildcats 8-4 in this quarter so far. Down to 10. Give up. Now Miller, oh boy, and they did go out of bounds. So we got a little quick there.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a hurry, which was a benefit for us.
So the Cats try to put in some shooters in. Kuntz is going to sit as we bring Mainers in. Thomas Sager in. Actually, Gieser's over there pointing out the wet spot. Official's trying to do it with his feet. Wouldn't it work easier if you threw a towel out there?
Most of the time it does, but Maybe we don't know what we're talking about.
Maybe we need a mop boy like they have in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. Go. Ernie's forced to shoot a half-court shot and just misses. So, all right, we can say so much about the offense. It's not really there in these last 2 quarters, so we'll go to the 4th quarter. 2-point game. Vikings 26, Jasper 24 here on 18 WJTS.
Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper is proud to be the title sponsor for the Jammin' in Jasper basketball tournament this month. Teams from all over the Midwest will come to compete. This month, get a Jammin' deal on your next vehicle at Ubelar's with tax time savings. We have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock for every budget and flexible financing options from top lenders. As always, no hidden fees. Ubelar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends for Jammin' deals since 1929.
Well, in the last 2 quarters, Jason, Barr Reeve has outscored the Wildcats 14-9. But like you said, even though both teams having a tough time right here, it's still just a 2-point game.
Yeah, I mean, both teams got to feel fortunate, to be not scoring and being only a 2-point game. So
Wagler gets a spot in the lane, has to give it up. There's a 3-point shot, does not go for Neidig. Battle, and we got a whistle.
What they're going to call there?
It's going to go against the Vikings, it looks like. So
90.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know.
We've been having some technical difficulties tonight, so we're trying to work our way through our headphones over here, but I can hear through one, right?
I can hear through one ear.
That's good. Day launches a 3, long. Gieser comes down with the rebound, tries to throw it off a Viking player. I don't think he needed to, but.
Well, I think he might have felt like he was falling out of bounds,
yeah.
So.
What's the over-under on the quarter overall point score?
I'm going to say total 18.
It was 11 in the second and 12 in the third, so you're going to say 18 total.
Yep.
Well, neither team has scored just yet. 6:47 to go here in the 4th. And Jasper throws it away. Feed into Miller with a nice left-handed shot up. So Miller now with 4 points in the ball game and a 4-point lead for the Vikings. That's aggressive defense shown right there by Neidig.
Yeah, and he's a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a freshman and a sophomore on the floor right now. So I would say, you might say this is kind of a rebuilding year for Barr Reeve.
Yeah.
Again, like we said, nothing to take away from their season they're having, but
yeah. They're looking for their 12th win. 11-4 coming into tonight. Jasper's 4-11. Butel picks up his dribble, gives it over to Giesler. Giesler short on that left-handed shot, so Cats just cannot buy a bucket.
When we do run a nice play and get the ball inside, we can't finish it.
Yeah. So frustrating night, really, for both teams, but look at that. Miller just
another
realized how easy that shot was.
Yeah.
Butel gets cut off there. Still a 4-point game. Barr Reeve with a 4-point lead, 28-24. Foy finally gets it to go. So Jace Foy with a 3-pointer. And now it's just a 1-point game. So despite the lack of offense, it's still a tight basketball game here. All right, so the Vikings going to call the timeout. So Josh Thompson, in his 7th year at Barr Reeve, will take the break here. Vikings 28, Jasper 27 here on 18 WJTS.
Get game day ready with food fit for a fan. Cheer on the Jasper Wildcats or celebrate a victory with a treat from Jasper's Dairy Queen. Grab some sweet treats while watching the Wildcats in action this season. Score on favorites like a decadent blizzard or a signature creation like a chocolate sundae. You can also get Orange Julius at your original West Side Dairy Queen. Dine in or drive through before or after a game for your favorite Dairy Queen treat. Best of luck, Wildcats, from Phyllis and her team at Jasper's Dairy Queen.
Well, we just a little over 5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point game right now with the Vikings with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, this game could come down to who gets hot here at the end. I mean, neither team shot the ball exceptionally well. If one team gets hot, they could be tough to beat.
You think the Vikings, their message was more or less, hey, well,
another back door.
Yeah, Logan Day just completely lost his man there, so it was an easy shot for Miller.
That's going to be, that's on him, so that's 4 on him.
So we've seen him get to that spot about 4 times tonight, and it's resulted in 6 points for. All 6 of his points have come with about that same type of play.
Like I said, Barr Reeve, they kind of lull you to sleep because they do that. They pass. They're doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and all of a sudden we got a backdoor cut. It's like, oh boy, there went my man. I'm done.
Yeah.
And it ends up like that. So,
well, the amazing thing about this basketball game right now, it's a 4-point game. I don't think we've had a lead larger than 6.
Yeah.
Barr Reeve was up by 6. Jasper was up by 5. Had a couple points in the first half. 31-27. Now Paul's in the ball game right now on Mainers.
Paul's done a pretty good job on Mainers.
Yeah. Height-wise, 6'5" against 6'4", but you can obviously see the difference in body size.
Yeah, he's got some size to him, not height, but
I'd say probably get a good 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds on him.
Yeah, well, I'd say you're probably pretty close.
I'd like to lose about 30, 40, 50 pounds.
I would too.
Three-pointer there. Uh-oh, don't let him get hot.
Yeah, that's what we said. If somebody does, it's going to be tough. I mean, you got their biggest lead of the game. So right now, I would think 34-27. They're up 7, and 7 points. The way this game going is a mountain.
That's a huge lead, especially if they get the ball back in their hands. But obviously, they're going to at some point. But yeah. And the thing is, with Loniger, he's hit 3 three-pointers. They've all come at pretty timely spots. He opened up the game with a 3. He hit one early in that third quarter to kind of help them, because they pretty well held the lead all through the quarter, even though it wasn't much, But then right there to help extend this to a 7-point lead, so he's hit some big shots.
I like him. He's a point guard for him. He's 5'11".
Yeah.
He's not a big kid, but he's steady. You can tell he's probably played a lot of basketball.
No doubt.
He probably plays, he may not play any other sport.
Yeah.
Basketball may be all he does, so he probably plays basketball all summer.
Sure.
Plays a ton of it. And, you can see that out there on the floor. He's very composed for a sophomore. Like you said, he doesn't force shots when they're in the flow of the offense. He shoots them. If not, he just continues to be the floor leader and run the offense.
Obviously he can stick that shot, so,
Yeah.
he's probably should have the right to shoot as much as he wants or whatever, but like you said, it's just in the flow of the offense and at the right spots where he's able to get that shot and knock him down.
By the time he's a senior, he may be the Wagler of the bunch,
exactly.
The guy they look to do all their scoring.
Just wait your turn.
Yep.
All right, so right now Jasper needs to find something. Down by 7 with 3.5 to go. Logan Day feeds into Mainers, but he just can't get that shot. He
rushes it. He rushed that one. He shot that with his back to the basket, never squared up to see where he was shooting it.
He has just not been able to find his game tonight. Just 3 points.
And normally he's not like that.
Yeah.
Jalen usually does a nice job of being patient, taking what the defense gives him. But tonight he's not scoring, so he's trying to do a lot more than what he's used to.
Well, Paul got the ball down low. Couldn't get that shot to go. Cats are going to have to score quickly. Geisler gets that blocked away there by Wagler. So Barr Reeve's defense has really stepped up here. Jasper has just not been able to find any consistency with what they want to do. And they got the ball in their hands. Butel, there's a bump. Can he get the shot to go? Yes, that's big. I mean, we've only scored 4 buckets in the second half. Every one is valuable for the Wildcats, but a 3-point opportunity here is just what they need. All right, so we got a substitution. Schneider comes back in. Ernie comes in for the Wildcats. It's going to sit Day for a little bit.
That's kind of an offense-defense switch because Day with his 4 fouls put Ernie in to play defense. And then if they can get Day back in on offense, they will.
Max, big 3-point play for him. All right, so it's a 4-point game. Plenty of time, 2:45 on the clock. Cats picking up their full-court press. And they force the turnover. Ernie comes up with it. No need to be in a huge hurry, guys.
No.
Mainer's going to pull up with a jumper, and he drops it. So an 18-footer right there. So Mainer's only offense has come from the perimeter. And that's going to be a hack right there called on Ernie.
Yeah, I think Ernie, Levin, or Mainers could have got that one, so I don't.
Yeah, the main thing, it's probably a good foul because it was just way too easy for bucket.
Yeah, it was going to be an easy 2.
So we got a 2-point ball game right now. Vikings still up. And Natick actually shot a couple free throws in the second quarter and looked about the same way, just not very smooth from the line, 0 for 3. So he can miss this one. Jasper's got a chance to take the lead with a bucket here. Trailing by 2, 2 minutes to go. Plenty of basketball left. We're at the 2-minute mark now. Geisler, nice move. Got it in the rhythm of what he wants to do, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. You know, he caught the ball on the move, going towards the basket, and was able to get up a good shot.
So Jasper has run off 7 straight points to tie this basketball game, and we'll take a timeout. 1:43 on the clock, and we're locked at 34 here on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelar, Ubelar Toyota in Jasper. Truck lovers know the Toyota Tundra for its legendary strength and reliability. The new Tundras are long on comfort, technology, and safety too. Right now, we've got plenty of new Tundras in stock, with options for every purpose and budget. Loaded with features to help you get things done. We have flexible financing and lease options as well. Find your new Tundra today at Ubelar Toyota in Jasper, where customers send their friends for hardworking trucks since 1929.
All right, the Vikings with the basketball after the long time out there. Jasper on a 7-0 run to tie this basketball game at 34. And Jason, you're right dead on the over-under. It's both teams have combined for 18 points. Jasper scored more in this quarter than they did the previous 2 quarters, 10 points. So the Vikings might be holding for one here, Jason, with a minute 18. Going for
most teams, I would say that's going to be tough, but the way Barr Reeve has shown so far tonight. But now here's the guy at pressure. He's a freshman. Get out there and get after him and force him to do something he's not comfortable doing.
Inside a minute now.
I would say they'll run it down so far, maybe and call another timeout. They've got 3 left.
Gieser on top of Wagler there. Tries to come up with the steal. You got to be careful. Well, we got fouls to give,
Yeah,
so
both teams,
why not?
Both teams have only got 2 fouls, team fouls. There's Jasper's third, but.
Well, the thing is, you don't want that foul. I mean.
No, you want a foul where you're going for the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, trying to get a steal, and if you don't get it and you commit the foul, so what? But not a foul like that.
But you force them to have to inbound and force them now to call a timeout, so. All right, so we'll take another quick break here. 34-34, 42 seconds to go here on 18 WJTS.
Sell your car the easy way at Ubalor Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. Simply scan this QR code to get a Kelley Blue Book instant cash offer on your vehicle. Whether your car has low miles, high miles, or has a few dings, KBB makes it easy. Just answer a few simple questions and get a cash offer on the spot. Then bring your car to your local KBB buying center, Ubalor Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, and we'll handle the rest. Trade your keys for cash today at Ubalor & Sons.
Tie ball game with 42 seconds to go. Jasper has committed 3 fouls, the Vikings 2, so you got basically 1 to give, and you've got to be careful. He didn't really, I mean, he reached there, Jason, but he didn't really go aggressively after the basketball.
Yeah,
so.
I don't understand that one either.
I don't think Coach Gable does either.
Yeah, and Jack was kind of looked like he had a disgusted look on his face, but I mean, he did. He reached in there for it, and it's like you didn't need to do that.
Unless you're really, really going after the steal.
Yeah.
All right, so now they break the press. 35 seconds. See what they do. They got timeout left. 27. Oh, and there's a battle for the basketball. Jasper comes up with it briefly. Now we got a scrum on the floor.
It's Jasper's ball.
Oh, they gave it. They did not call anything because the ball was not really possessed, and it was an easy layup for Wagler. So I don't fault the officials for calling a
because nobody had.
Right.
It was just
a loose ball,
like a pinball in there, and nobody had it. Nobody could call timeout because you got to have possession to call timeout.
Oh man!
And they didn't call jump because no 2 guys had it. So
all of a sudden the ball rolls right in front of Wagler, and he gets an easy layup.
An easy basket, the easiest basket of the night.
Man. All right, so 36-34. Jasper down by 2. 10 seconds, so plenty of time to design something here. So Caleb Bagley and Coach Gable down there drawing up the play. But, you know, the thing is, on a night like tonight, who takes the shot? Because nobody's really been overly hot.
Well, I mean, you don't need a 3.
No.
You don't have to win the game. To me, the most important thing is getting the 2 to tie.
Yeah.
Because the 2 is going to be a higher percentage shot.
Right.
You got Giesler in the game. You got Mainers in the game. Let's get the ball in there. Even if they don't score, maybe they'll get fouled and go to the free throw line to shoot free throws. You know, I just, that's me personally. I don't draw up this play to shoot a 3.
Right.
I draw this play up to get in the paint, either score a 2-point basket or get fouled.
Right.
You know, yeah, you can, I mean, you only got 10 seconds, so it's not like it's, you know, it's going to go pretty quick.
Right.
And even if you score, you're not going to allow them a whole lot of time, more than likely.
Right. Well, and the thing is, you're inbounding from the side over here, too. So
and
it's
that's a little trickier because side out of bounds are a little bit harder to run plays.
Yeah.
But.
All right, so we'll see where we go. Butel gets the inbound, and they foul him right away because, again, they've got fouls to give.
Yeah. And that's a good job by Coach Thompson to tell his kids, you know, hey, you got another one. You know, that took 2 seconds basically right there.
Yeah.
If you do that again, you know, then you're down to 6, and the more you can do that, the better.
All right, so, well, right there, Thompson, he committed those last 2, so 6.7 now is what the Wildcats have to work with.
Yeah, now they can't do it because now the next foul they go to the free throw line, which I'm sure he's made them aware of that, so.
All right, so he's actually going to call a timeout because the other thing, too, I mean, I'm sure Barr Reeve doesn't want to commit a foul, but if you do, going after the basketball, you want to make sure you foul somebody that's not the best free throw shooter.
That, or if you commit a foul in the paint you got to make sure they don't get the shot off, so you got the three-point opportunity.
True.
If you're going to foul them, hammer them, make them go to the free throw line and hit 2 free throws.
Right.
Obviously, you don't want to foul a guy shooting a three-pointer because then he gets 3 free throws.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, in my opinion, you know, as a coach of the team that's ahead, you just play solid defense.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically what you got to do.
Right. All right, so Vikings with a 2-point lead. Jasper with the basketball. 6.7 to go. So here we go. Inbounds into the corner. Now Gieser quickly into Mainers, and he gets a shot up and in to tie it with 2.4. And the Vikings with their final timeout. They'll call it right here. So perfect execution on the play, Jason.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, we said. It had to go in there to him, you know, and Jasper run the play like they had drawn up in the huddle. You know, and the key to that was the quick ball movement. You know, it was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And it didn't let the defense have time to react to where the passes were.
Yeah.
And to me, that was the whole key to that execution of that play was the quickness of the ball movement.
Well, they actually put a little time on the clock there, so 3.5. So they actually stopped it at 2.4, so they get a little more than a second.
Yeah, I don't know how they could tell that. Unless one of the officials just happened to look.
Saw it.
Yeah.
Because they called the timeout immediately after the shot there, so obviously one official must have looked up or something. You know, you got the scoreboards on the ends too, so he would have been able to have a good view at it. Yeah, but I think Coach Gable's asking the official here.
I think it was because Coach Thompson had run all the way over half court trying to get the timeout call, and I think that's what he's kind of questioning was why did they allow him to run that far? You know, well, I don't even know in high school if they still have the coaches' boxes anymore.
Or,
I think they do.
They're
but
supposed to, but yeah, it's not heavily enforced. I remember that one year where they couldn't even stand up.
Yeah.
That was crazy. All right, so 3 seconds, 3.5. The Vikings can do. Wagler launches one. It's off the mark, and we're going to overtime. So the Wildcats, perfect execution of the play to end the quarter there to get the bucket. And we'll take a break here. 36-36. When we come back, we got 4 minutes of overtime coming up here on 18 WJTS.
103.3 The Fix is Southern Indiana's go-to radio station for must-have music hits.
I love your music!
From the All-American Rejects to Lizzo, we've got you covered.
Dude, I listen all the time.
Did we mention we also have local news, sports, and Pacers basketball?
Wow.
Your music fix, your sports fix, your fix for it all.
Oh my God, I won!
Tune in to 103.3 and get your fix today.
Today's must-have music all day.
All right, bonus basketball. We're going to overtime here, tied at 36. Jasper scored 12 in the fourth. Barr Reeve 10. So we will jump it up. Paul against Mainers again, and Mainers controls the tip. So again, 4 minutes into the overtime period is what they get. Oh, he fed it into Mainers, but Thompson, he held on to it, then gets over to Butel for a wide open three. Oh, does not go. Miller comes down with the rebound. Yeah, they basically backed off because Butel had that shot twice, took it the second time. And Butel comes over with a big steal. Max gets it over to Foy. Foy with an easy basket, so Jasper draws first blood. 2-point lead for the Wildcats. First lead in a long time in this basketball game.
Yeah, it is.
Wagler sets himself for a three-pointer in and out, so Jasper comes down with the board. Quickly over to Day, feed, but then stolen right there. He tried to find Giesler, and Miller stepped right in front of that one. So the Barr Reeve with the basketball again with the down by 2. Leininger on the baseline. Butel on top of him, and a quick timeout called by the Vikings here. All right, we're going full here, so we'll take a break here. 38-36, Jasper with the 2-point lead, 2:33 to go in the overtime period here on 18 WJTS.
Local people watching local people. 18 WJTS TV has been your reliable source for local news, weather, sports, and events for 30 years. Since 1993, WJTS has been serving DuBois County and all surrounding counties with free televised programming, daily newscasts, local sports games, WJTS Inform, and more. We are 18 WJTS, local people watching local people.
All right, so the Vikings will inbound. Not quite under their basket, but up from the baseline there. Tough time getting it in. So he finally gets it to Thompson there. 2.5 to go. Jasper with a 2-point lead. Miller in the lane. Good defense there by Foy. Trying to set the screen here for Wagler. Now there's the switch. Mainers have to pick him up. Now he's stuck on the baseline. Good defense. Keep your hand up. Now Paul gets away with a walk. No, he did not. No, he said 3 in a lane.
3 seconds.
He did not call the travel, but it's a turnover.
Yeah, either one will take because he could have called
it. Walk.
Yeah, it was definitely a walk, but maybe he called the 3 seconds before it.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a turnover.
All right, so Mainers feeling confidence against Paul this time, and he actually gets the foul. So Mainers with a jump hook there. Doesn't get it to drop, but he's going to shoot his first 2 free throws of the night. Jasper has shot just 2 free throws all night. Gieser missed on the 3-point opportunity. Butel hit on a 3-point opportunity. And Mainers hits. So it's been a tough night for him, but he hit that big bucket to tie the ball game. He's now got 8 points. And he's short on that one. 3-point lead for the Wildcats, minute 56 to go. Gonna have to keep playing defense here.
Yeah, 1 possession game right now. So, and they don't have to be in a hurry, you know, and they know that.
Wagler is looking for the ball, now gets it. Attacks against Gieser, and Gieser's, yeah, he's going to pick up the foul.
Somebody is, but probably a good foul because it looked like he did score, but at least now he's got to go to the free throw line and earn it.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the break, so that obviously is the case because both teams had 4 fouls, but the fouls carry over into the overtime period. So that's why they're at the line now.
Correct. It doesn't erase itself like it does at the end of a quarter.
Right.
And the only thing we were talking about was the biggest reason I would say is because the overtime period is half of what a quarter would be.
All right, so both free throws are true there. He's 6 for 6 from the line, so a good free throw shooter is Wagler. Trims it down to just a 1-point game. Jasper still leads 39-38. And look at Butel. High off the glass. So Butel find a little bit of offense tonight. He's got 5. And that's a huge shot there as 1:06 on the clock. And the Vikings are going to call a timeout. Trailing by 3 here on 18 WJTS.
Jubilar Toyota in Jasper is proud to be the title sponsor for the Jammin' in Jasper basketball tournament this month. Teams from all over the Midwest will come to compete. This month, get a Jammin' deal on your next vehicle at Jubilar's with tax time savings. We have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock for every budget and flexible financing options from top lenders. As always, no hidden fees. Jubilar Toyota in Jasper, where customers send their friends for Jammin' deals since 1929.
All right, the Vikings with the basketball. We are down to 1 minute to go. Jasper with a 3-point lead. I would think they want to, if they're going for 2, you got to get this quick, but he left him alone. And he drained it, so Wagler hits a huge shot right there to tie this basketball game.
I don't understand how you can let that happen. I mean, he's obviously their best shooter. You know, somehow you've got to get somebody up there on him.
That was basically a freebie.
Oh, he got by with double dribble.
All right, so John Gable wants the timeout now with 28 seconds.
I ain't so sure I wouldn't come back with that exact same play that you ran a while ago that scored that quick basket.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, they haven't proved that they can stop that.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was so perfectly executed, but you got the ball to Mainers in the spot that he needs it for him to be able to make that shot.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
No doubt.
So, you know, I think it's just a case of let him go one-on-one again.
Yeah. I wouldn't change anything. I would run that same play and go to the basket and score. So what if you leave, you know, some time left?
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to run this down to take the last shot of the game.
Right.
Because if you score, then that means they have to score.
Yeah, the pressure's on them. All right, so we'll see what the Wildcats decide to do, if they're going to hold it down to the final second. They do have a timeout left.
Yeah, both teams have one.
Yeah.
No fouls to give. So any foul, the opposing team will be shooting 2. We don't look like we're going to run that play again.
All right, so here we go with the inbound. Gieser's just going to have to check it in the backcourt here. So
maybe we'll run it down and call another timeout. I would say maybe. Then maybe try to run that play again. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Down to 13 seconds. Mainers was calling for it. Day is going to be way short on that three-point shot. He kind of double pump. We got 2 seconds. 1. Miller goes the other way with a layup right at the buzzer. So just like that, Day got the ball in the corner there and probably a little quick on the trigger because he didn't quite catch it in rhythm for him to get that shot. Hesitated a second there, so.
Yeah, I think it was, without watching it again, I would say that it looked like it might have been tipped, partially blocked. But, you know, it just comes down to the lack of execution. You know, you have to, you know, and Kerry and I have talked about this all year. These are games you got to figure out how to win.
I know.
You know, and you got to have some leadership out there on the floor that helps guide you through these games. You know, whoever it is, whether it's Giesler, whether it's Mainers, whether it's Butel, somebody's got to get that group together and say, hey, we got to do this. We got to figure out how to win these games. Because if you can't win them now, you know, you get in this same situation in the sectional, it's going to be multiplied because it's win or go home then. And you haven't done it all year, so you know you can't think, well, we'll turn it on when it comes sectional time.
Right. Well, and the thing is, like, in that situation, we had plenty of time yet. So he had the ball in the corner, and if he catches it in rhythm, like I was saying, maybe I don't have as much problem with the shot, but it's like he hesitated, then he realized, hey, I'm left alone, and then, you know, you're just not quite in the flow of getting that shot off. But I think what we also didn't realize how much time was left on the clock once they got the ball, because nobody really got back on defense.
No.
They just got an easy layup.
No, I mean, Barr Reeve had three black jerseys out ahead of, basically, there might have been one white jersey that was even across the 10-second line.
Yeah.
And, you know, they took off, and you got to give Wagler's the one that made the pass. You got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Because he could have tried to force a full-court shot or something, you know.
Right.
He kept his head up, and he saw him, and he made a nice pass.
But was racing right there to an easy bucket.
But, man, you know, it's frustrating and disappointing for these games to end like this. This reminds me of watching IU. in two of their games.
You would have been down by 20 in the first 2 minutes.
But, against Maryland,
yeah,
they had the ball with the last seconds and
Yeah.
didn't even get a good shot off.
Same thing with Purdue.
Purdue was the same way, so that we had the ball there with a chance to win.
Yeah.
And it should have been we win or we go to overtime.
Right.
Somehow out of that whole fiasco, we didn't win, we didn't go to overtime, we lost.
Right.
And we have to figure out how do you fix that and,
Well, I think in that situation, like you said, you need a floor leader to kind of reset things because we had time to reset everything. I think there was at least by the time he shot that shot there, it was just maybe under 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because he shot it, Wagler got the rebound. He dribbled maybe one time, I don't even know, but made a three-quarter court length pass.
Mm-hmm.
They caught it and laid it up right at the horn.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
It's, it's frustrating, I'm sure it is for the coaching staff too because, they tell these kids what to do. They try to help them and prepare them, and then, you got to go out there and you got to execute what the game plan was.
Yeah.
And I don't think we could have done that tonight.
Right.
I mean, to me, I talked to a buddy of mine that, was familiar with Barr Reeve's team this year, and he said, if Giesler and Maynard show up to play and play well, it won't be no game.
Right.
Well, between the two of them, how many points did they have? Not a. I mean, I'm not blaming this on those two guys by any means.
Yeah.
But it was just we never got in the flow, the continuity of the game. There just never was any of that tonight, and and it's this is what you end up with, a heartbreaking, disappointing loss like this, and it's like, you can sit here and say, that was a great game, great game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a game we need to win.
I know. Especially when you had the lead. I think we had a 3-point lead there in overtime.
Yeah.
And they basically outscored, basically 5-0 run there.
We basically led the whole overtime, either tied or led the whole overtime till the last. That's the only time they led, I think, wasn't it?
Yep.
Is it the last basket? So.
All right, well, it is disappointing. And, so the Wildcats 4-12 now on the season. But the thing is, again, learn from something like this because, again, at this particular point, you're not winning the conference. Everything else is just basically we got to continue to improve to get to the postseason.
There's no doubt. That to me, that's the biggest thing is we've got to continue to get better so that when the sectional rolls around, we're playing the best basketball we can play and go into that with an opportunity and a chance to win. Obviously we've talked about it a little bit, but the draw in that sectional is going to be huge.
Yeah.
You could get a very tough draw by having to beat, win 3 games,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, or you could get a good draw and have to win on Saturday or Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So, a lot of that's going to be dictated by the draw, but either or, you want to be playing your best basketball come tournament time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've still got some games to try to right that ship.
You're right.
We've got some games coming up here that we should have the opportunity to win. This was one tonight, that I felt like got away.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not taking anything away from Barr Reeve, but, notoriously Barr Reeve, is going to be a hard-fought game.
Right.
But I felt like this year we had the opportunity to beat them.
Right.
And, I mean, obviously we did. We just didn't execute it and finish it the way that we needed to.
Right.
But we do have some games coming up that are winnable games.
Well, they're winnable games, but
you got to play.
Yeah, you got. Let's see, we got 6 games remaining, 5 of them on the road. So
So we've got one home game left.
One home game against Pike Central.
Pike Central.
Yep. Yeah, because we got Heritage Hills Saturday, Mater Day next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Castle after that, at Castle.
Yep.
Then at Vincennes Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, the makeup.
Yep. So
yeah, I mean,
tough
you got
schedule in front of you.
You got one home game left. I mean, obviously Saturday going to Heritage Hills, that's never an easy task.
No.
They're always a strong ball club.
Right.
Obviously they're down a little bit this year after losing
Sicily.
Mm-hmm. To go play down in Florida, but they were still a pretty good team without him.
Yeah.
Or
I
mean,
like
when he
9
was
6 right now.
Yeah. So I mean, it won't be easy. It's on the road, and like you said, there's some winnable games in there, but they're all on the road.
Yeah.
And I feel like though if we show up and we play the way we're capable of playing, we put together 4 good quarters of hard-nosed basketball, and I feel like we haven't done that very often this year.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about 4 quarters in the same game of get in your face defense, run our offense, inside-outside game, do those type of things. Maybe we need to press. Maybe we need to half-court trap. Maybe we need to try something to get these kids motivated and get their heart pumping and get them going in the game.
Right.
But right now it just doesn't seem like we have that ability to do that, and we're struggling with that.
Well,
and, when you're struggling like this, things just kind of compound. This gets worse, that gets worse, and it just seems like everything just kind of continues to snowball.
Yeah. Well, that's where you got to find a way to change that.
Yeah, and it ain't easy. I mean, I guarantee you there's not a harder working coaching staff around that's, trying to do that.
Yeah.
But it's not just always the coaches either. The players have to accept what they're trying to teach and what they're trying to do. So.
Yep. All right. Well, I tell you what, we'll just call it a night right here. So just a quick rundown of the scoring. Barr Reeve, just 4 players scored in their basketball game tonight. 21 points for Seth Wagler, 11 points for Loniger, 9 points for Miller, and a bucket for Jacob Paul for their 43 points. But the biggest one was Landon Miller's layup right at the buzzer in overtime to win this basketball game. Wildcats had 6 players score tonight, led by Logan Day, the only one in double figures. Max Butel had 5, 7 points for Jace Foy, 8 points for Braden Giesler, 8 points for Jalen Mainers, and 2 points off the bench for Kai Kuntz. So the Wildcats dropped to 4-12 on the season. Barr Reeve improves to 12-4. The Wildcats will be back in action Saturday afternoon with the girls tournament this weekend, the sectional. So that's that Saturday matinee game. It will be a varsity start at 2:30, JV at 1:30. And I believe those times are Eastern time. At least that's what it's showing here on the schedule. So you might want to double check your schedules yourself. So Jasper falls in overtime, 43-41 for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video. I'm Craig Schneider here on 18 WJTS. Good night.